and assassinate the enemy team here. And just completely one-shot the ZED, and then look for the Viego next. Flash with him, and blast him too! Assassin malphite! Hello! Bet you didn't see me there, because I'm camouflaged as a bush. Today, we're going to be playing malphite mid lane. We're going to be playing malphite into ZED. I've heard a lot of people struggle playing against ZED. Rad August has specifically said, that ZED is broken at lower MMRs. People don't really know how to play against them, so I figured I would give you guys my way of playing against ZED. Now, do you know what you do when you see ZED gets locked in on the enemy team? You slam your malphite, and then you play malphite with Comet and Doran's Ring, Q max, and now we're gonna blast the ZED. So level 1, the way you play, you try to land a singular Q on him. Now early game, you're only going to be queuing the enemy laner whenever you have Comet and Mana Flow Band up. You need both of them up, otherwise you're gonna run yourself out of mana too quickly. That's the problem I see a lot of malphites have. They run themselves out of mana, level 1, level 2, without really dealing a whole lot of damage. Because to be honest, your Q isn't a lot of damage during the early game. So, we're just gonna go for our farm here. Whenever ZED goes to Q a minion, try to keep track of that as well. It's very important to understand when his Q is on cooldown, because that is his main poking tool. Boom, there we go. A big cheese wheel on his face. And now we just step back and we go continue our last hitting. I personally like taking W level 2 just because it gives you a little bit more armor whenever you have your shield available, which is nice. Reduced damage, smiles. Makes it easier to last hit as well. Q him again when our comment is up. At level 1, you're just playing very slow. Level 2, you're playing slowly as well. Level 5 is when we start smiling. Level 5 is when we're actually going to start blasting him, and we're going to start spamming our Q. But till then, we're just playing for our Mana Flow Band procs and our Comet procs. Boom! Another Q, straight in his face. How can ZED play around this? ZED pokes you out as a melee champion, I raise you malphite. I poke you out as a melee champion. I'm going to do double points in Q. I'm not even going to take a point in E, because I want my Q to do more damage. I don't need my E because I don't plan on fist fighting him or anything like that. So I'm going to walk up. I'm going to try to Q him again here whenever he goes for this minion. Blast him once more. And you can see I haven't done anything crazy. I walk up, I Q him when my Comet is available, and then I step back. And that is it. Outside of that, we're just trying to focus on our last hits here. Probably need to go place a ward after this just to make sure that I'm not dying under tower when I try to harass the ZED. So we're going to ward topside here. And then we're going to walk back mid lane. And we're going to try to harass the ZED as much as possible under the tower. Blast some Qs at him. And then step back. It's pretty hard to harass him under tower without your Q available because you're a melee champion. And we can also camouflage ourselves with the bush here. ZED has no idea. Where did malphite go? I don't know. He's a bush now. Viego just took top scuttle. We saw that on the map. So now we just run away. This is why we ward. So we can see where the enemy jungler is. He's going to cross down into bot scuttle. So now we're going to go hover the top side. We're going to blast a little Q at the ZED here if possible. Looks like it's not possible. He's actually CSing pretty well, this ZED. Can't lie. He has pretty good CS. Level 6, that's usually where you find your solo kills on the enemy laner as malphite. You just need to hit like 2 or 3 Qs on them and then they're one-shot. At level 6, you can kind of one-shot people from 70% health. So actually, at this point, it's pretty important. Once you've poked out the enemy laner, try to prevent them from basing. So if that means you have to thin out the wave a little bit, absolutely. Really, man? Really? Really? You're wasting your time. Gonna blast another Q at the ZED. Walk up, slap him a little bit. Might have a solo kill here, to be honest. Probably could have committed to that, but do I really want to? No, I kind of just want to showcase how to play malphite slowly and then kill the ZED at level 6, which anyone can do as malphite. You don't need to be super skilled at it, but I'm pretty sure I had a solo kill there. It's also why I like taking Ignite as malphite, because usually you can find solo kills on the enemy ZED at level 6. And if you kill the enemy ZED and get ahead of him as malphite, it's truly Jover for him. So we're just going to shove out this wave, see if we can find some Qs on him. Viego is on the top side. I could pop my potion here if I really wanted to try to like stay in lane and play this, which I actually think I'm down to. Pop potion here just to make sure that I'm healthy so I can maybe dodge the gank. I have a ward as well that I could get out, but I kind of just want to tick level 6 here and then ult at him. This minion should give me 6, I think. There we go. Yeah, very important to track when you're leveling up, because sometimes you can catch people like that. Just shove out the wave. And then leave. And now we're gonna take our base. Now we have options. So generally speaking, when you're playing malphite and you're playing into a team composition that has a bunch of AD, that is when you're smiling, right? That's where you're in your comfort zone. That is when you just stack armor, right? You don't need to do anything fancy. Get armor and just call it a day. So I'm gonna go Iceborne Gauntlet here probably, or I'm gonna go what's it called? What is the other item you can build on malphite? Jackshaw, I guess, maybe? I personally like Iceborne Gauntlet a lot because it gives you a bunch of damage. Jackshaw is good for tankiness. But there are two styles of playing malphite, right? When you're playing against a lot of AD, you just generally speaking go full tank and then you're super obnoxious. You maybe pick up a Dark Seal and that's all the AP you're grabbing. However, if you're playing against more AP-centric, you don't actually have to build tank. You can go more towards like AP burst yourself if you're trying to land one-shots. But if you can become an unkillable tank, that is usually better than being a damage threat on malphite. It's because malphite actually has really high damage threat. Said roam bot lane, that's fine by me. I'm not going to follow the roam. Whenever you don't have ult available as malphite, I'm sorry to say it, but your roaming sucks. What are you gonna do? Am I gonna walk up to the Ashe and throw a cheese wheel in her head and pray that kills her? Because I can tell you it won't. So instead, I will stay mid lane and I will take my minion advantage. For some reason, there's this belief that tanks are not good with gold. I promise you, tanks are very good with gold. Tanks will be very obnoxious when they get resources because they're just unkillable and they have pretty high base damage, especially something like a malphite has very high base damage. Get our last hits in, and we're gonna blast this tower again. So Zed roamed bot lane, right? Good job, Zed. You got an assist. Really nice, man. Yeah, I got 2 plates mid lane, and Zed lost 2 waves. So Zed actually ended up losing out a lot on that roam mid lane. Now they're coming, or on that roam bot lane. Now they're coming mid lane. Now we could take a fight here if we actually really wanted to with my Nocturne. I would actually really like to fight this. Hey. He ulted top. I'm playing it anyway. I don't care. I'm fisting them. Come on. Flash. Run away. I don't understand why my Nocturne ulted top lane, but it's fine, man. It's fine. We can try to play this still, maybe? Cheese wheel in Ashe's head? Syra? Why are you here? Why is there a 5-man in top lane? Good night, Nocturne. It was nice knowing you. Yeah, really makes you think why there's a 5-man top side this early into the game. But you know what? I will not question it. I will just pick up my Iceborne Gauntlet and move on. Run back to mid lane and call it a day. W max second for the armor, maybe? So the way W works is while you have your shield active, you gain an additional amount of armor. You have a passive amount of armor you gain, and then while your shield is active, you have that armor as well, which is very good. That is what you like. Massive amounts of armor on malphite. So I think I'm gonna go W max. I don't think my E is that valuable either. I think I just want as much armor as possible. Syra is mid lane from top side. Yeah, hello, bro. Again, I don't have my ult up, so I'm not actually gonna try to do anything. I'm just gonna sit mid lane and do nothing until my ult comes up again. I'm just gonna keep throwing cheese wheels at Zed. There we go. And even though I'm not building full AP, it actually still does a decent amount of damage. I don't know why the Syra is here, but sure. I'm gonna, like, if she wants to waste her time mid lane, be my guest. You're wasting time. She's doing nothing and she's stealing the XP of Zed. Like, your Ashe is bleeding for this. Like, if the enemy wants to sit mid lane, absolutely, man. Go for it. No worries. As long as my teammates make sure that the enemy is bleeding resources for having them overextend mid lane or overforce mid lane, I'm happy. And as you can see, we just keep throwing cheese wheels in the head of Zed. And what can he do? Come here! Come here! Boom! Now my ult is coming up again in case we want to roam somewhere or in case we want to try to dive the Zed here. Both options, completely viable. I actually don't mind just shoving out my wave here and then seeing what I'm gonna do. Looks like Viego is mid lane. Or he's doing wraiths. He's probably doing wraiths. He's probably not mid lane. That is a little cool thing Viego can do. Can make you think that he's mid lane when he's actually just doing the wraiths. It's fine. I don't need cannons. Cannons need you, okay? Remember that. Wow! Goodbye. You will lose. You will lose. The Flying Dutchman is here. The Flying Brushman. This guy does not win this either. Malphite does a lot of damage, especially when you have your Sheen. And there we go. He ults away. Like, Malphite, I'm telling you, he has so much damage. People usually don't expect it, but you have a ton of damage on this champion. Like, the base damage... There's a 4-man mid lane again! There's just no way! This isn't real! Surely she's not running... Hello, can I get into the bush? Sorry guys, I'm a little bit fat. I'm not running up there to save you. I need to take my base. I think sell my refillable just for the skinball gem. That looks good to me. Yeah, usually the only real AP you need to have pretty high base damage is just a Dorrance and a Dark Seal. And then your Q does a bunch of damage just with those two. Look, it just has very high base damage. And then with Comet on top of it, how much damage is that? It's about 400 damage per Q. Which is crazy, right? Insanity. Zed ran bot lane and died. He's lost his mind. And this is how you make Zed's rage quit. This is how you make them mad. You kill them in lane, you play malphite, they know they're gonna get outscaled, and then you smile. You just smile. Ashe is mid lane now. I'm sure I'm not gonna blast this Ashe, right guys? 1 Q. 300 damage. Now she might heal it up, but... Another Q, it's coming. Oh, Zed is mid lane again. I actually need to Q here, just for the movement speed, so I can run away. There we go. We're just gonna sit back. If you wanna... Hey guys, if you wanna invest 2 people in mid lane when I'm playing malphite, that's fine by me. My teammates are gonna be getting an advantage on the map out of that. I can actually look for an ult here as well. Do I want to ult the Ashe? Seems like overkill. Maybe I can catch her. Come here. If I land a Q on her, she's dead. Come here! That's it. Come here, man. I'm pissed. I wasted so much time. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Oh, Viego. Oh. Well, I guess we're not fighting. Oh, my Nico is in Narnia. Oh, wait. I just passed by the Viego, didn't I? Wow! Blast her. Come here. Come here, Mr. Zed. Nah, I'm just gonna run back mid lane. Yeah, that roam was... So, in my professional evaluation, that roam was what we in the industry call very bad. Very bad. Why was that roam very bad? Because it was reliant on the enemy team deciding to walk up. For no reason. There's no reason to walk up there. You know where everyone is. You don't have to walk up and get caught by the Nico's route. You just don't have to. You can just walk back and then you're good. But, you know, it worked, so we're smiling. And now we play the budget version of Jax and we blast these towers. Maybe Jax is a pretty bad example considering the recent context, but it's fine. We're gonna take our base here. And you know what we build. You guys, if you've watched the content before, you know what we build, right? You know what we always build. Yeah, it's Magi's. Whenever I have stacks, you know, just get the Magi's, you know. I'm gonna deal so much damage. Malphite, the stacks. Yeah, I just like Magi's. I just love Magi's. Whenever I can get Magi's, I go Magi's. Time to go blast some more people. And I almost have my ult up again. Ideally, whenever you can, try to go base whenever your ult is on cooldown. Like if you can find a base timer. Or try to use your ult before you're going to go base, just so the cooldown ticks while you are in base. It's a very cool idea, right? But while you're walking back to base, if you can have cooldowns coming up, that's very good. Looks like there's a play happening on the top side. Now, you could just go mid lane and absolutely blast this tower. Or you can look to be the flying brushman and assassinate the enemy team here. And just completely one-shot the Zed and then look for the Viego next. Flash with him and blast him too. Assassin malphite with how much armor? 286. Balanced. And if you want to be that fucking talented at video games, that is why you need to subscribe to the channel. To look at all the guides that I put out. Whenever I don't take 9 days off. Because I'm working on content. Or not content, on other stuff. Such as programming. And the potential team I'm signing with this split. But yeah, you know, outside of that, the content's... That's why you should subscribe? A little subscribe is what I'm trying to say. Crash this, probably look for base because I'm running out of mana. My ult is also coming up pretty soon, but I'm just gonna take my base, call it a day. Nocturne just finished this jungle item, killing that blue buff. That means I don't get it, unfortunately. Don't cancel me, don't be weird. Just gonna go either Thorn Mail or Frozen Heart here. I generally speaking really like Frozen Heart on Malphite just because you're going in and it gives you mana, which you kind of like, and it also gives you a bunch of armor, which, if you didn't already know, Malphite's E scales off of how much armor he has. The damage portion scales with armor. Malphite's W, the auto attacks, you know, the slam, boom, boom, scales off of armor as well, which is why this damage comes from having a bunch of armor, which is why I like W max, because it gives me, hold on, what, more armor? You think I'm letting you base there? Nah, back to base on my watch. I will happily ult you as a one-man army. Assassin Malphite. 21 stacks. And now I can take my base and I can grab my Frozen Heart. Who's here? I smell someone. I smell Syra! One shot. You will lose. And I'm not even tanking I'm not even taking damage under the tower. The tower barely broke my shield. And I'm one-shotting the enemy support. Just because I'm Malphite. Yeah, you're gonna deal damage to me for sure, man. Oh, yeah. Look at all the damage you're dealing there. Wow. Oh, this is damage, bro. Yeah, the enemy said rage quit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we made him rage quit, which is pretty impressive. The enemy said and Viego both rage quit. And that's why we pick Malphite into ZED, guys. That is why we pick Malphite into ZED. Make them rage quit. Look, yeah, I'm taking damage for sure. Oh, no, sorry. It's my biggest counter. Magic damage. Get out of here. Oh, no, ZED's... It's Faker. Faker has connected to the game. Flash over it. Blast the side. Why did you end?